You need to record.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are in the world. This is Sean Hewitt from the Trusted Business Community Association, and this is the Marketplace, the place where selling is the name of the game. And today we're joined by some amazing members of the association and collaborative partners that we've teamed up with. They're here to tell you about their latest business offer. This is the Marketplace, and we're going straight away over to multiple award-winning Carolyn Hobbs, who's going to tell us about her latest offer.
Good afternoon, everybody. Everybody watching, listening, or whatever, however you listen to this. So the offer I have this month, well, it's actually, I'm not quite sure how this happened, but next Monday I'm celebrating 20 years in business. So I am offering 20% off a selected amount of products which are on my website for sale in the UK only. I'm sorry about that. So if you would like to have a look, there's numerous products available. I'm not going to go through them all now because I'm not. And you can have a look. I'll put all the links that are available in the chat for this. And for my website, you can have a look at is https, the two dots and the slashes, carolinscardbox.sumupstore.com. And if you look on there for the 20th anniversary discounts. Thank you very much.
Brilliant, Carolyn. Thanks so much. And I'll just hold you there because I think your QR code in the top right-hand corner surely will take people to your website and everything else, won't it? So if I just hold you there for a second whilst people can scan that QR code, and they don't have to go down https:// two dots.
So yeah,
they can go straight to the QR code and get straight to it and get that wonderful 20% discount off of your latest deals that are going out. And happy anniversary for 20
Thanks very much.
Fabulous example of how a small business can stay in business throughout all sorts of ups and downs that we've been going through of recent years and over the many years. And I'm sure you've seen plenty in the 20 years you've been doing it.
You just say that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm going to bring next up to the spotlight. I'm adding Mr. Bill Christie, and I'm removing the lovely Carolyn Hobbs from there. Bill Christie, this floor is yours, sir.
Thank you. As Sean says, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Bill Christie, a Scotsman, based in Glasgow, but born in the east coast of Scotland, a Fifer. So there you are. I've been around a long time. In fact, Caroline said 20 years. I think I must have been in the actual Stone Age when I first started. We won't say too much about that, but a long time ago. A career in high street banking and then merchant banking a long time ago. I've had my own consultancy now for a long time. In that time, I've learned a lot. I have collated a lot of information. I have knowledge that I could perhaps help you with. So I don't have an offer for the week or for the month, because my offer is to you openly, to listen to you, to find out in business whether you be a startup, established, growing. What you want might not be what you need. And that's what I can help you with. But also, who else do you need to meet? Because like in TTBCA, it's not down just to one person. It's a group of people, a group of trusted professionals. I've been doing this for a long time. It's amazing sometimes when you speak to people in a startup business that they haven't got the right information. They're turning the wrong way. They're turning the wrong way, getting into problems, but with advice and guidance. So that's why I'm not a broker. I always say brokers are hunters. I'm a farmer. I like to cultivate relationships, and that is so important. If you're a growing business, whether it be a shop, whether it be property related, construction related, I'm here to help. We speak about government help assistance in the UK, and the last scheme, which goes on until end of March 2030, is the Business Growth Scheme. People and companies, businesses are looking for over £25,000. But is it as simple as the government puts it to be? It's not. This is where you need someone to help you. Because you go to one high street lender and they say, oh, we're doing it differently. We'll give you half what you want. You've got to put the other half in. Well, how does that help if you're trying to grow your business? Helping a client just now who wants to spend about £300,000 on refurbishing a restaurant under the scheme. Put it up to the scheme over 6 years. But because they own their own home, the bank said, oh, we have to take a second charge over their home. I wrote back to them saying, look, they're going to go up from 30 covers to 50 covers, and they're going to grow. I think this is ridiculous. And they agreed with me. So they said, right, we'll do it over 7 years and we won't bother taking a charge. 2 days later, what do the banks do? They say anything over £100,000 borrowing, they wanted £120,000. That is what they have to do. But it changed. Anything over £50,000 borrowing, they wanted to take a charge. So the client said, look, no, I can't afford to do that. I don't want to put my home at risk. And I said, look, listen, leave this with me. Because I've known about guarantee insurance for quite a number of years. They wanted to go to the likes of the funding circle. I knew the interest rates that they would be paying. So I got a quote from them, from a well-known and established insurance company, whereby they would look for a company to guaranteeing up to 80% of the loan should it go up, belly up. And I got the figures from them. And I said, but we also went from lending over 6-7 years up to 15 years. You know this? They ended up paying less when they added the insurance onto the bank's repayment as well. Much less than you would through the funding circle. So it's knowing how to put things together. It's knowing how to who best to approach, because every bank is different. Some banks won't look at the hospitality sector. I was speaking yesterday to one of the startup loan companies. Even they've changed in their criteria. But it's knowing their criteria. It's knowing what questions to ask you, and there are plenty of them. Knowing what questions you have to ask your accountant. If you don't get the right information from them, I'll be back to them. So we have to ask lots of questions. We have to think outside the box. So when I put a proposal up to a high street bank or an alternative funder, I'm confident that I'm not going to get the questions back. Might get a few, but I am told that, Bill, very few people do what you do. You virtually write it for us. So perhaps I can help you. So how about having a one-to-one with me? Details are on my QR code behind me here, and a one-to-one is free. And then we could take it from there, because you might also want introductions to other people as well. So thank you for listening. Enjoy the rest of the meeting.
Thank you very much there, Bill, and I'll just leave you in the spotlight for a little while whilst people can scan into your QR code before I bring the next person up. But whilst I'm getting the next person ready, who is going to be somebody who's new to this particular event, but not necessarily so new to us. Somebody I've spent quite a bit of time with in the last few days. She already knows who's coming. I'm just giving her a hint so she can prep herself ready. Thanks ever so much for that, Bill. If anybody's looking for somebody with true advice and guidance that's going to give them the best way forward, put them on the right path to success, Bill Christie is your man. He's helped out so many small businesses that we've introduced him directly to, as well as other people have introduced him to as well. You are in the hands of a great guy when you're dealing with CER Business Finance Limited, and that business is run by Bill Christie. Thank you very much, Bill. I'm going to remove you from the spotlight once I bring the wonderful Kay Reeve to the floor. Hi Kay, lovely to see you. I'm just going to remove Bill, and away we go. The floor is yours, Kay. 5 minutes of fame.
Thank you, Sean. Hello everybody, I'm Kay Reeve and I am the founder of Hidden Path Leadership. My title is as an emotional awareness expert, and from that aspect, I offer leadership training, coaching, and mentoring. So the offer I have tonight is around an accountability group that is starting anytime now. It's a limited availability as far as spaces, because there are only 10 spaces available maximum at this time. And so to understand a little bit more about the background of the leadership training and where this comes from, I've worked in a number of environments over the years, predominantly in production, construction, and engineering backgrounds, but from an office perspective, very often at corporate level as well, supporting management teams in even quite substantially large projects. And from there, I've learned a lot of things over the years that I've also tied in with personal development. I've worked on my own personal development for over 30 years throughout my own career, and as well as part of the Hidden Path Leadership itself, as well as voluntary work in the community sector as well. And overall, it was tying all of that together around emotional needs for a neurodivergent teenager of my own that helped me to create a framework for personal development to understand emotions at a core level, right through to the high level emotional intelligence levels, where we can take those empathy skills into the workplace to support other people, but even to a point of taking that into corporate practice and connecting it in with the analytical side and the process-driven aspects of business, where emotions can even drive right through to profit and loss of the company. Now, for many people who want to start this journey, this is where the Inner State Self-Leadership Circle begins. So if it's more about part of that process where you're looking for trying to get that promotion, or maybe you've been promoted into a position where you want to enhance your people skills, or even just work on yourself from that self-leadership perspective, the Inner State Circle is going to be running weekly on a Wednesday evening. And I say it's going to be a small cohort of around 10 people who are going to support each other through facilitated talk, educational sessions, and support on an ongoing basis with a minimum of 3-month commitment through to a full year, however you choose to join. So that's my offer today. That is going to be £75 a month. And if you want to get in touch with me and take part in the Self-Leadership Circle, then follow the contact details and reach out for me for initially a strategy call, because I want to make sure this is right for you before we sign you up to the group. Thank you.
Thank you so much as well, Kay. I can certainly vouch for the path, the leadership path I'm on with Kay. We've had a number of mini sessions, and then we had a very, very detailed session which kickstarts my next 10 weeks. Although I'm doing it, doing it every other week and 2 hours a session rather than an hour session each week for the next 10 weeks. And I'm thoroughly looking forward to it because it's opened my eyes already. So at £75, everybody, that is an absolute steal to actually get the information and get rubbing shoulders with this lady here, because she is an absolutely amazing emotional wellness coach and mentor. And she can really drive your business forward just by working with you on a one-to-one basis, so get with it. Thank you so much, Kay. You'll find Kay Reeve on LinkedIn. You'll find her everywhere, to be honest with you. But you'll also find her on the Trusted Business Community Association's directory, which is at trustedbusinesscommunity.com. But do look out for it. And if you need to contact Kay or find out more, contact me if I'm connected to you on any of the channels. Contact me directly and I will point you in the direction of this amazing woman who can really help you and your business grow. Thank you so much for your time and your pledge there to everybody for this month. I'm now going to come to somebody who as well is fairly new to this. I've known this man for a little while though, yes, it's you. He's going, is that me? Is it me? Yes, I can see him thinking. Here he goes. So I'm going to bring Tim Mail to the front here now. and we're going to add you to the spotlight as we wave goodbye to Kay Reeve. Kay Reeve, thanks ever so much, and we'll catch up after the recording. Removed from spotlight, and away we go. Tim Mail, give us what your latest business offer is, latest product, service, and maybe even a bit of a 5 minute of fame session as well. Why not? Go for it, mate.
Okay, thank you very much. Name's Tim. What do I do? The way I describe it, I deal with everyone's technical tantrums. Stop you trying to throw those laptops out of double glazed windows that don't actually open. Even if it's a Mac, you get the idea. But yeah, and I have quick overview. I have 20 plus years experience of dealing with computer systems, etc., from the corporate world, and I translated that into doing my own business. My offer is quite simply a reduced cost of £20 for a half-hour, 40-minute session, looking at what you're using, how you use it, and I'm not just talking the one thing like the AI or the computer. I'm talking about all of it. Does it talk? Are there things that can make it talk better, or are there things that you're missing? At the end of the day, it's the biggest cause of problems. People don't realize they've already got something and they buy something they don't need. Just very common thing that seems to be a trend at the moment. If you want to sign up to the offer, my QR is wouldn't it work? My QR is basically QR is there for the offer. That will take you straight to a form you can fill out if you're interested. It's 50% discount for my usual cost for my time for the consultation. And very simply, like I said, there's no wrong answers. It's an open talk discussion, and it doesn't matter if you're an Apple user or you're a PC user or an Android user. I deal with all of them because I use all of them myself. So yeah, and that's where, if you want to know more, my website, have a nose if you want to know more about me, tkmitpm.uk. And that's me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tim, and great 50% discount on your rates there. That's brilliant, mate. And so, guys, I'll leave you up just for a little while on the spotlight, so it's easier for people to scan into that QR code there that you've centralised now. Bless you. It was a little bit off centre now, but now we can all see it, which is great news. Whilst I'll get prepared and bring up one of our premier members here at the association who has joined us, Well, this lady is somebody who really does know how to get your message out to the world. Yes, she's getting ready to come to the spotlight. She knows who she is, and we're going to be bringing Laura Beryl to the front, and we're going to say goodbye to Tim for the time being. Tim, lovely to have you with us on the marketplace. For all those listening in, don't forget the marketplace is a once a month meeting where you can hear all of the wonderful offers that are available to you direct from the horse's mouth, as they say, direct from the business owner. It's not very often that you see a business owner doing advertising on the marketplace. We only bring the business owner to the fore because we want them to tell you about what's going on in their business. Thanks ever so much, Tim. I'm going to just remove you from spotlight for the time being, and we're coming over to the wonderful Laura Beryl. Laura, the month is getting warmer by the minute, and I should imagine lots of things happening in the background for you. I know a few things that are happening already, but tell us a little bit more. Tell the world, the people listening into this recorded session on YouTube and all wherever it else lands on social medias. Can you let them know what your latest thing is going, and tell us about how it's going to help them maximise their exposure? Off you go.
Okay, well, yeah, again, like I said, apologies for being late. I've been running around dealing with legal stuff with my dad's solicitors and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we are in the background building the global voice of SMEs, which is going to be an online for now app which members can access to tell their stories about their businesses, why they founded them, what their target market is, what they can offer other people, and basically spread the word so we can support each other in the SME world, which, as we all know right now, is incredibly difficult. I mean, it always has been a challenge, but right now it's probably getting to its quite a bad point. So it's for our community to hear about what all of us do together, and how we can help each other and to help promote our own SMEs, sole traders, whoever you are. My background's in journalism. I did a graduate apprenticeship. I trained with EMAP, which was in Peterborough at the time, at the Peterborough Evening Telegraph. I've worked all over the world as a journalist, and wrote for the Nationals, and then I went into PR. So I'm kind of on both sides of the fence. So what I do, I can write a story for you, I can interview you, I can get your message out there to a global audience. I have a lot of contacts. There is credibility in getting press exposure rather than just taking out an advert. And I don't do the advertising route, it's pure editorial. So if you want to tell me about your business, let me know and we'll get it going. It is going on in the background. We're getting there. We will get there.
Thanks very much. And yeah, if you're interested in looking at getting your message out to a global audience through an amazing magazine, an app that's designed as a magazine, get your editorials in there to Laura and start talking to her, because one of the key ways, obviously, to get the message out is for it to land on someone's phone or laptop, where they're going to have time to have a listen, read about different organisations, and it is for the small business world. It is for you guys listening in. So if you're running a small business, this voice for the small business world that's going to be coming through this online magazine that will give you a chance to be heard, be seen. This could be the absolute icing on the cake to reach your ideal audience and get them to, more importantly, know about who you are, how it happened, how the journey went, and what you do. Because at the end of the day, it's I know this meeting is all about the selling, but it is about the journey and it's about telling the story, and the stories are what people want to buy. So thanks ever so much, Laura. Lovely to have you with us. I'm coming next to one of my ambassadors for across the far pond. Yes, we're going all the way to America. He's just doing his hair now, look, before we bring him up, and I'm adding Mr. Jeff Delwich, USA Ambassador for the Trusted Business Community Association, to the floor. Thanks ever so much, Laura. Lovely to have you. And if you're looking to find where Laura hangs out, she's everywhere. She's on LinkedIn, she's on Facebook, she's all over the place. You're best to find her in the Trusted Business Community directory at trustedbusinesscommunity.com, and or on her website. But if you can't find her there, just type her name in, Laura Beryl PR. You're sure to find her on LinkedIn. Thanks ever so much for joining us, and we'll reconvene after we've done these recordings. And I'm just going to remove you from the spotlight. And here he is, Jeff. Over to you, my friend.
Awesome. Thank you, Sean. I can only adjust my hair so much. Eventually, you just got to chop it off. I know I'm overdue, but what can I say? I'm trying something. Anyways, here in the States, I guess we let ourselves get a little out of control, little salt in the beard, it's the style. At any rate, really great to be here. And my offer today is actually less about me and more about this wonderful community, the Trusted Business Community Association. As USA Ambassador, it is my duty, my proud responsibility to recruit small business owners from the U.S. To check out this organization, see what it's all about. Plenty of opportunities each week through Zoom, so super convenient in that regard. You don't even have to leave your couch to enjoy the wonderful atmosphere of this community, to get to know like-minded individuals from across the globe. So I would encourage, if you're watching right now and if you own a small business operating in the United States, I would encourage you to get in touch with me directly. I'll get you everything you need in the way of a Zoom link, get you connected with Sean and some of the other heavy hitters, the Mount Rushmore members of the Trusted Business Community Association. I would very much like to introduce you to this fabulous community. You will not regret it. Give it a try, see what you think. And again, if you're watching right now, contact me directly on LinkedIn, and we'll go from there.
Thank you very much, Jeff. And of course, anyone who does connect with Jeff over in the States or wherever they are in the world, let's be honest, I mean, the world is the size of our computer screens nowadays. Look at us today. We've got people from all over the UK. We've got somebody, we've got you in the USA. We've got the wonderful Crazy David, who's over in Lanzarote. It brings everybody together. But if anyone comes through, Jeff, who wants to have a look, firstly, we'll give you a guest pass so that you can come and have a look. And if you love it and you've come through Jeff, then I'll also, and this is my offer to you, which will encourage hopefully more people to get hold of Jeff and find out more, but I will offer, I'll match the 20-year anniversary for the lovely Carolyn Hobbs, and give anyone coming through Jeff to join the association as a first-time member a 20% discount to help Jeff get you in touch with some wonderful people around. And it's not just us, it's the people that we can introduce you to and Jeff can introduce you to as well. So we'll give you a 20% bonus ticket, if you like, by talking to Jeff. And if you decide to join, free guest pass to start with. If you decide to join, you've come through Jeff, I'll give you 20% discount. That goes out for everybody as well who's in the UK, who comes through me. Anybody who wants to come to us who's never been with us before, never joined us before, there's your chance to join. We're giving you 20% off for the month of May through to this time next month. You've only got a limited time from now till the third Thursday of June. If you want to join the association, there's your chance. Come speak to Jeff, come speak to me. But anyone who comes through Jeff, make sure you ask him for, firstly, that guest pass that will give you a little bit of a chance to have a look. And then if you love what you see, there's a 20% discount for you till the end of this time next month when we reconvene for the marketplace. And that is our wonderful Jeff Delwich, our USA ambassador. Thank you very much, Jeff. And we're coming to, and last but by no means least, for sure, this is a man he lights up the floor with his banter, but this guy has got an absolute heart of gold, because what this man does for the world is a phenomenal experience for people who are able-bodied, but equally who may not feel that they can get away on holiday. I am replacing Jeff with this phenomenal guy called Crazy David. And thanks, Jeff, for that, mate. Thanks for your contribution, and a wonderful shout out for the community to all those USA businesses that need services just that we can offer them, and the opportunities that we can offer them. Go speak to Jeff. Right, okay, here he is, the main man himself, Crazy David. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever it is, wherever you are around the world. And hopefully you haven't switched off when you know it's me that's turned on. Sean mentioned about my big heart, but as I understand this, as this is my first time on the marketplace, is all about selling. So one thing I'm going to request is to take advantage of the 20% discount and cancel my membership and rejoin through Jeff. Is that possible? If not, I'll continue as my membership as a Premier Partner, 3 years back-to-back international award winner within the organisation. I run two businesses here on the Canary Islands, where I've lived for the last 20 years. I originally moved from the Highlands of Scotland, from Inverness. In fact, one of my fellow Scots is here on the line, young Bill, and we met many, many moons ago, too many that we don't want to admit to. But my credibility within the business world has been building relationships, not going for the sale or proposing marriage on the first visit, but I've built the business based on purpose, not profit. But the business has taken quite a considerable change and redirection over the last few months. One of the things that I'd like to bring to people's attention is we focus on people having fun in the sun, irrespective of who they are or where they're from, because we focus on their ability, not their disability. So as an ABTA bonded travel agent trained by ABTA, we can provide flights, accommodation, things to do, adaptive equipment, adapted accommodation, adapted transfers, and adapted transport for going to see some of the accessible places here on Lanzarote. For those of you not familiar, Lanzarote is just 87 miles or 74 miles or 120 kilometers from Africa. We're closer to Africa than we are to Gran Canaria, one of the other neighboring islands. So my business is providing things to do, having fun in the sun for various people with various forms of disability. I have a team of about 7 people who are carers or chaperones who work with me and understand my values, understand my vision of what I'm looking to do with the business. Landability is a registered company in the UK, and we operate with our main market coming from the UK. But as I said earlier, we don't care where you're born or whatever your background. We want to ensure that you have an enjoyable experience. So the two main areas which are very different from anything I've done before, on one is I've extended my portfolio, not just of adaptive properties, which I've personally vetted and checked out, where I've paid carers in my team to take me in a wheelchair. I'm able-bodied, although I only wear one earpiece. I have a loss of hearing in my left ear, but I am very adventurous and able-bodied. I don't need to use a wheelchair, but I saw the need to invest in that knowledge to do my research for the business. I paid carers to push me around the different restaurants, from the hotel to the beaches, etc. And one of the things I did was I rejected more businesses than I accepted on my portfolio of suitable properties. Many big hotel groups just didn't understand accessibility. So I expanded on my portfolio and went over to Portugal last year. And I went specifically to buy a beach wheelchair for taking clients from their wheelchair or the wheelchair accessible vehicle across the beautiful big beach behind me and to have access to be able to get into the water, where they didn't have to take their 13, 15 grand wheelchair and expose it to the sun and the salt and the sand, etc. So we're the only company which has that facility. In fact, I have 2 beach wheelchairs. I'm the only private company on Lanzarote which has that facility to provide the support and make things accessible wherever possible. Back in October, we created the first ever adapted water sports camp in the Canary Islands. And we've created many other things which have put us as leaders in the industry, understanding people's requirements and having that first mover advantage. So the addition of the property in portfolio of the property in Portugal is actually an adapted property in the Algarve, which has got a 3-bedroom, a 2-bedroom and a 1-bedroom apartment, which are fully adapted, where you get the free use of a WAV, wheelchair accessible vehicle, where you get the meet and greet service and pick up from the airport. And if you laugh at my jokes, we can take you back to the same airport. So what we're looking to do is provide a service and remove any of those obstacles. There's about 300,000 euros worth of investment in equipment, with a heated swimming pool, fully accessible with a hoist and everything, with carers are there to provide that support. So my addition is we're looking to offer groups retreats to go to Portugal. I've already shook hands, haven't finalised the details, but got and made an agreement with the Adaptive British Judo Club in the UK, who are going to be sending a group of people out to the property in Portugal. I met with them just last week, and they recently had a group of, I think, 47 people who went over to the Netherlands with their coaches and with their participants. So I'm very, very close friends with the family who are part of the instigators of that, where there's a gold medalist who represents the UK and their coach all come to Lanzarote, been coming for the last 11 or 12 years, a couple of times a year, and they say a trip to Lanzarote is not complete without a David Day. So that's going to be our first retreat that we're looking to do, hopefully before October. But in the month of October, we're also doing another retreat, which I'm plugging, and that is for everybody of every different background, because I've added a new person to the team, and that is a very professional 20-year track record success of hypnotherapy and of hypnosis. Now, this guy has just come back from Las Vegas. He's very sought after. He's got a very high day rate. He's part of the team now. He's going to be there at the retreat in Portugal. And he specializes in improving the technique for blind golfers. I have people within my team who we provide support and assistance for people who are visually impaired or totally blind. So he's a nice addition to the team, and we're putting that together. And this is going to be people with anxiety, so people with the fear of traveling, people who want to improve their ability and their technique in whatever it is that they do in their work or business profession, or even build confidence. So this is one of the things that we're putting, which is available. And then we're going to be including a typical Portuguese evening, barbecue, visit to a beautiful bird sanctuary, visits to accessible beaches, etc. So that's the retreat in Portugal. And the final thing I want to mention, which is new to me, and I'm also now going to put this out as a request to anybody who may be listening, I've just made a new connection with a company who specialises in creating a route to market for OTs, occupational therapists. Now, that is a particularly good source of business. I don't have any actual experience firsthand of dealing with the OTs, but what they are doing is they're going to be the in-between from the nursing home or the care home or the legal company or the individuals themselves who've got the various forms of disability, and they're going to be connecting them up with me, because we're the only company on their books now that's providing this service for them. And I have invested with my team, we have invested a substantial amount of money to be at an OT care show event in Exeter in the UK. My colleague from Portugal is flying over, the owner of the villa herself is flying over to attend the trade stand in Exeter on the 23rd of June. And I've got 3 people of my team in the UK who are there flying the flag for my business. And we rebranded it as Able to Holiday with Lanzability for the purpose of the trade stand exhibition and the retreats in Portugal. So that's my offer to anybody. And the reason that you might be interested to take up that offer is if anybody goes to that trade stand on the 23rd of June in Exeter, it's called COTS, COTS, who mentions Crazy David, they will get a holiday voucher of £100 or euros, and they will also get a free introductory online session for the hypnosis treatment specific for their requirements. So that's an incentive to go to the trade stand or send people to the trade stand and simply mention I was sent by Crazy David. If anybody would like to learn who Crazy David is and why I'm called Crazy David, well, simply Google Crazy David Lanzarote. There you can get access to both my businesses through my website. You can find me on LinkedIn by Googling Crazy David Lanzarote. You can find my Instagram. In fact, I have 2 Instagram accounts. You can find my Facebook And even the Canadians today on the private wine tasting experience that we did, they paid their cost of their experience today via PayPal, and they just had to pay Crazy David at Lanzarote. So it's a brand I've established, and if you wish to check me out, I'd only be too pleased to have a chat. Thanks for the opportunity, Sean.
Oh, thank you very much, Crazy David. And what some brilliant offers in amongst that lot as well. The opportunity of Portugal. Wow, I didn't. That's a new one on me as well. So brilliant. That's fabulous. Awesome opportunities for lots of different people. And don't forget that go to Exeter at COPs, and they will be waiting to hear the name Crazy David, so that you can get all the benefits from there as well, and get the opportunity of a £100 voucher, as well as obviously the hypnotherapy that you may find very, very useful, especially if you've got some sort of adverse thing about flying or travelling or anything like that, and you can then enjoy fun in the sun with Crazy David if that's the case. So brilliant. Thank you very much, David. Absolutely marvellous. I'm just going to add myself to the spotlight just to finish off here, and wish everybody a thank you. So let me just remove you from the spotlight. Wonderful, everybody. That is the everybody's recording, and everybody's had their chance to shout out today to you guys listening in what their latest business offers are. Don't forget, you can find all of them. Just listen to obviously you can find them on individual their individual 5 minutes of fame slots. But also you can find most of the people in the Trusted Business Community Association, or just Google it like David said. Just Google people's names, you'll probably find us there, but if you'll definitely find Crazy David there, he's all over Google. So obviously just give yourself the opportunity to reach into those that you've heard on the call and connect on the social media platforms where you like to hang out and where they like to hang out too. This has been the Marketplace for May, and we're back here in the third Thursday in June, where Mark Burns will be retaking the helm. It's been me today. I've jumped in and helped him out, but he's going to be taking back the helm for the opportunity to bring you the Marketplace for June. So look forward to that, and make sure anyone who's on the call or listening in who thinks, well, I've got something I'd like to share with the world. Even if you're here today with us and you've got something new coming up, come back for more, because the Marketplace is the place to sell, because selling is the name of the game. This has been the Marketplace from the Trusted Business Community Association. Thanks for listening, everybody who's been on listening in on YouTube and all the other platforms where we've been hanging out.